Hey everybody, it's Josh here from witsgaming.com and welcome to my first demo video, or actually my first video in general. I decided to look at the Mass Effect 3 demo and I thought I'd leave my impressions of the demo after playing through it. So this one is for the PlayStation 3, which meant that I had to wait a good number of hours longer than both PC and Xbox demos, but finally got to it and here we are. Looking at some of the settings, they have all the difficulties up. You can choose if you want to auto level or whether or not you want to choose those different abilities individually, which of course you do over the demo. And just a couple of other things, whether or not you use your squad powers, whether you get hints telling you how to play. You can change the narrative, whether you make full decisions or partial decisions, whether or not you want subtitles. I always turn them on in case I can't hear somebody talking through all the other sound effects and the action. Language, whether or not you're wearing a helmet when you talk. I usually turn that off because it's kind of weird having a conversation when your entire face is being blocked, like Master Chief, when you have a game that depends on you making constant conversation. But aside from that, other standard stuff. Turn the brightness up just a little bit. It can be a dark game at times, at least the first two were. But yeah, I actually just finished Mass Effect 2 just a few days ago. I played the first one over the last summer and I really enjoyed it. Second one, enjoyed even more. Just really great game, great atmosphere. BioWare makes good RPGs, and so yeah. I decided to go with female Shepard this time just because I never play with her regularly in the games, but everybody seems to really like her, so as everyone calls it, Fem Shep it is. And here you got three options: action, role-playing, and story, all changing the way that you want to play it. Action is if you don't want any dialogue. Story is if you really don't like the action that much and want it to be easier. And role-playing is the standard way to play. I decided to go with role-playing since that's how I like my BioWare games. And you can choose, as usual, all kinds of things to make your own custom character, or just take the default one. I decided to skip all that and just stick with regular default appearance for female Shepard. And then you've got a couple of different classes, all depending on whether or not you like firefighting more, or different abilities, or stealth, all kinds of things like that. And I decided to go with Adept because I like the abilities. They're a lot of fun. This is all just standard backstory stuff. I don't really know why they have you pick this because it doesn't really come up in the demo, but it's all good. And then I guess you determine who died in Mass Effect 1. I guess that's a spoiler for you if you haven't played the other two already. But after that, onward we go. Now, a lot of the beginning is straight cutscene stuff, so I'm going to try and keep quiet.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with two of our deep space outposts. There's something massive on long-range scanners.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
I'd stake my life on it.
How long do we have?
Not long. I sent word. The fleet's immobilizing.
God help us all.
Ah, that was a nice trick there. Actually, one funny thing about this is, just thinking about it, I don't think there are any children in Mass Effect, at least in the first or second, that I can consciously recall. So I almost feel like BioWare is showing this child to say, like,
Commander.
hey, we can render children
You're not supposed
too.
to call me that anymore, James.
Not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
Sounds important. What's going on?
Couldn't say. Just told me they needed you. Now.
Anderson?
Admiral?
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges. How
Did
you
Anderson
holding up
just
since
call her
being
fat?
relieved from duty?
It's not so bad once you get used to the hot food and soft beds.
We'll get it sorted out.
What's going on? Why is everyone in such a hurry?
Admiral Hackett's mobilizing the fleets. I'm guessing word's made it to Alliance Command. Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know. Not for certain.
What else could it be?
If I knew that.
And as usual,
You know we're not ready if it is them, not by a
standard
long
moral
shot.
choice system.
Tell that to the Defense Committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death, the committee is a waste of time.
They're just scared. None of them have seen what you've seen. We've all reviewed your report, seen the data you've collected. But it's all just theory to us. You've been there, in the trenches, fighting them. You know what they're capable of.
That way they grounded me, took away my ship.
You know that's not true. The shit you've done, any other soldier would have been tried, court-martialed, and discharged.
Now, this
It's
is
your
one
knowledge
thing
of the
that
Reapers that
I'm
kept
a
that
little
from happening.
disappointed about,
Yeah,
but
and your
maybe
good
it's just
word.
because my expectations are so high. But
Yeah, I trust
one
you.
problem I had playing through
And
the
so does the
second
committee.
Mass Effect,
I'm just a soldier,
especially
Anderson.
after
I'm no
playing a game like
politician.
L.A.
I don't
Noir,
need you to
which
be
has all that interactive
I just need you
face
to do whatever
scanning
the hell it takes to
technology,
help us stop the
is that the
Reapers.
mouthing doesn't always perfectly add up to the stuff that people are saying.
They're expecting you to.
And
Admiral.
while I guess the sync for the lips is usually good, you can't really detect any expressions on the faces
Good
of
luck in there,
characters. At least not anywhere close to the way that you could with something like L.A. Noir. And so I was hoping that they'd repair that or make it look
Anderson?
a little bit more lifelike in 3, but for now it looks almost
Shepard.
exactly the same as 2 did.
Caden.
So it's not terrible.
How'd it
It's
go,
not
Andy?
always weird or robotic like it can be,
Okay, I
but
think.
at its worst, just kind of
Just waiting
takes you
for
out of the
orders.
experience, you know?
Admiral,
Come on.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Admiral Anderson. Shepard,
What's the situation?
we were hoping you would tell us.
the reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen. Whole colonies have gone dark. We've lost contact with everything beyond the Soul Relay.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
Really? So, not really spoilers, but the first 2 games,
How do
all
we
you
stop
do
them?
is basically find a way to stop these
Stop them.
giant
This
world-destroying
isn't about
machines
strategy or
called the
tactics.
Reapers. And
This is about
we're at the start of the
survival.
3rd game, and
The
still
Reapers are more
no one
advanced than we
believes
are, more
Shepard
powerful, more
that
intelligent.
they
don't
even
fear
exist.
us, and they'll never take pity on us.
So I almost don't even feel
There
bad
must be
that they're
some
taking
way.
over the Earth now, because no one believed you.
If we're gonna have any chance at surviving this, we have to stand together.
That's it? That's our plan?
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
How they get past our defenses?
Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
Why haven't we heard from Admiral Hackett?
What do we do?
The only thing we can. We fight or we die.
We should get to the Normandy.
Oh my god.
Shepard! Shepard! Come on, get up. Here, take this. We've got to get moving.
And it looks like everyone died except the two major characters.
Report if anyone. Major Alanko, is that you? What's your status? I can't raise the Normandy. You'll have to contact me. We'll meet you at the landing zone. Anderson out. They're massive. Come on, Shepard.
And here we go.
Heading to the Normandy.
First
They'll
huge
pick us up
thing
and get to
that I think is
Let's
really
go.
impressive is all this moving background stuff. A lot of this time
Look out!
you spend in the first and second
How do you
games
stop them
is,
so powerful?
you know, stuck inside of all these shuttles and warehouses and stuff. Also, I realized Anderson is not up there, so it's just kind of running into a
Take a
wall.
running jump. It's
But,
farther than it looks.
This city, the Reapers destroying everything, it's beautiful. It's absolutely
let's go.
stunning. So definitely really cool. You know, this demo only shows 2 environments, but
Come on.
both of them have this
We'll have to go this way.
huge emphasis on really huge, beautiful outdoor environments.
clear, let's
So
go.
I'm really excited to see more of these.
Major, you read me. I'm patching in Shepard.
We're almost to the Normandy. I've got Lieutenant Vega with you. We're taking heavy fire.
Husks, take him out.
Now, this was something I couldn't figure out. I still have to
Shoot him.
give another look at it, but one thing I've kind of hated about these
You haven't
games
forgot how to
is
shoot, have you?
if you want to climb cover, like stair type cover, you have
Take
to
'em out.
put your back to it first and then climb over it. And I've heard that this game is supposed to add ways that you can just automatically hurtle over
Come
cover.
on, we gotta move.
Have not figured that out first, so still have to approach with my back to the cover and then jump over it. So like this, see, back to it, then over. I'll figure it out
Take these things out
eventually.
the old-fashioned way. Don't let him grab you. Gotta find a way out of here. Watch it.
This is another thing added that I think is really cool, even if it is a little repetitive
Through
down
this
the
way.
line, but you can perform a heavy melee attack now instead of just bumping them with the end of your pistol, and it still hasn't gotten old for me. My only problem is that sometimes you miss. You have to have a specific line of sight with your enemy,
It's
and
okay.
if you whiff, then you kind of whiff hard. You miss
Everyone's
entirely,
dying.
and you're in close range to die. Here's that kid again.
Come here. I need to get you someplace safe. Take my hand.
You can't help me.
What?
Shepard! In here. Ah, this is a goddamn mess. Every minute these machines are here, thousands of innocent people die. I won't be responsible.
It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing no matter how hard you try, you can't save them all.
Exactly. They get so fast. I thought we'd have more time.
We knew they were coming.
And they still just cut through our defenses. We need to go to the Citadel. Talk to the Council.
The Citadel? The fight's here.
It'll be everywhere soon enough. You said it yourself. The Reapers will destroy everything if we don't stop them. The Council has to help us.
You sure about that?
No, but you were a Council Spectre. That has to count for something. Gotcha!
Thanks. I owe you one.
More than one. Grab some ammo. Reload, let's keep moving. Come on, it hasn't been that long since you've handled a weapon.
And off we go.
Major Alenko, you're in Senator Spaceport. ETA 3 minutes.
And another stop. Jump.
Major, Kaidan! Damn it, they're in trouble.
So cool. Again, just all these, not only are they outdoor, but also kind of interactive environments, especially with these machines attacking.
Normandy, come in.
Stuff's falling apart, things are constantly changing. It's really cool and extremely immersive.
They'll see you.
Ooh.
Keep your head down.
So combat works the same, standard cover-based. We've got first aid now, which is slightly different. You can heal yourself now instead of only healing your allies when you're dead. Aside from that, standard pick and mix of weapons and biotic abilities. I always like to throw on the abilities a little bit more than just shooting because I can shoot in all kinds of games, so I usually go with whatever class gives me the best of those.
What happened here?
Our gunship was shot down. We barely made it.
You have a radio? We're trying to contact our ship.
No. There's one in the gunship, but it's gonna be crawling with those things.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here. Come on. Let's get to that gunship.
Another interesting thing, picked up experience for grabbing that med kit instead of money like you usually do in the past games. So there might be more of an emphasis on leveling up in between levels instead of just at the end of every mission like you do in the past games. Just interesting. Another thing you can do in this game is actively roll forward, back, sideways, which is something that wasn't in the last game that I think is a really good improvement. Especially in cover-based combat, you kind of want to be able to dive between cover and cover, or have a reason to at least fight outside of the cover and have a chance. So occasionally you could run in and at least roll to actively dodge some attacks. And now that we have those new melee attacks, kind of hard not to want to do it all the time, especially when it pushes them off the edge. That was pretty cool. Again, the water looks great. First new weapons, the Avenger.
Shepard, over here. I found a radio.
I was there first.
Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
Admiral, What's your location?
By a downed gunship in the harbor. I'm activating its distress beacon. Send support. We've got wounded down here. Major! Damn it! I've lost the signal.
Let's hope that beacon does its job.
And fast, we've got company.
We got more of these guys. Oh, cannibals, and I know for a fact they weren't in the second game. I can't really remember if they were in the first or not, but they are disgusting.
Hope they get there soon.
You and me both!
All kinds of stuff happening. We've got debris falling all over the place while the fight's going on. We've got the active machines, the flowing water. Everything's really cool, and it's definitely a huge spectacle.
Running out of ammo. There's more of them.
Cavalry has arrived.
About time.
Let's go!
Welcome aboard, Shepard.
Thanks.
Shepard!
Come on!
I'm not going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
We're in this fight together, Anderson.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help. We need every species, and all their ships, to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers. Talk to the Council. Convince them to help us.
What if they won't listen?
Then make them listen. Now go! That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Consider yourself reinstated, Commander. You know what you have to do.
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck.
You too, Shepard.
And that's the end of part 1 of the demo. Now, this is just more introductory stuff, letting you know some of the background story, what to expect for the rest of Mass Effect 3, and so far, I think it does a pretty good job. Everything is a lot more intense so far. We've got Reapers literally destroying the city around you right from the get-go, so Stuff's a lot more serious. It's not just picking up a crew to beat one boss like it has been the last 2 games, but it's a real imminent threat. We've got a lot of really cool stuff that I saw. The backgrounds are gorgeous, everything moving and interacting and changing things. I think that that's really cool. A few of the new changes in combat, those are pretty cool. We've got the dodge and the heavy melee attack, and, well, it's not really a big deal as far as the full formula. Just feels nice, and they're nice options to have. So far, everything played smoothly. I thought combat was fairly intuitive, like it has been, and pretty excited to move on. So, thanks for watching part 1, and tune in soon for part 2.